I'm making friends with dead people. Why am I doing this? Well, allow me to explain. Um, in his book, Poor Charlie's Almanac, Charlie Munger, the former vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's partner in crime, wrote that you should make friends with the eminent dead. You should learn from the people who have been here before you, not just those who've come before you in your industry, but those who have walked the planet years before you were even born. And in many cases, are no longer with us. Now, Charlie, unfortunately, is no longer with us. He died last December, I think it was 2 weeks before his 100th birthday. But that concept, that lesson of learning from the eminent dead, as with many of Charlie Munger's methodologies, as regular listeners to the Ambitious Lifestyle Business podcast will know, has really stuck with me. And I was just thinking about this the other day, how much of my current friends, and let's call them friends because they're mentoring me. These guys are mentoring me. Right now, for those watching the video, Warren Buffett is looking over my shoulder. Warren Buffett does not know who I am. He's never heard of me. Yet he has helped me immensely. And so many of these friends have helped me in ways they will never know and could never know because they're dead. And they have been dead in many cases long before I was even born. So some of the ones that come to mind recently, Tony Hsieh, the founder of Zappos, died a couple of years ago in a house fire. Now, Tony's book, Delivering Happiness, was one of my reads probably a decade ago. Really resonated with me, really stuck with me. And there's a story in this book where Tony sells his first business for, I want to say it was something like $50 million. And part of the deal was that he had an earn-out. He had to basically go and turn up for work and be told what to do for about a year. It might have been 2 years, but I think it was a year. And if he did that, he'd get $8 million. Great, $8 million for 1 year's work. And all you got to do is just turn up to the office and, it's your business, really. And he walked away from that. He said, I don't want to do that. That is not what I want to do with my life. I don't need money anymore. What I need is complete freedom. And that lesson really stuck with me. And this idea, if you listen to these stories of entrepreneurs that have come before you, you can use their stories, their lessons to see, that applies to my life in a different country, running a different business decades later. In the 1% Club, we have recently studied Ray Kroc's book, Grinding It Out. That was our book of the month a little while ago. Now, Ray Kroc wrote that book in 1977. That was the year I was born. So here is an entrepreneur who, when I am a baby boy, is writing words that I am then reading 47 years later and using in my business. Many of you will have heard me say, I plan my work and work my plan. That comes from reading Ray Kroc. There are many other lessons that we can learn from the McDonald's founder, but that one just really resonates with me. I'm currently writing my 5th book, Retention First. This is all about keeping customers. No one better at that than Sam Walton. And I open the book with a Sam Walton quote. Now, Sam Walton died in, I believe, 1992. And his book, Made in America, is a fantastic read. It was written on his deathbed. Sam Walton knew he was dying when he wrote these words. And one of the lines in that book, there is only one boss, the customer, and he can fire everyone from the CEO down just by spending his money elsewhere. That's the quote I've opened Retention First with. Now, I've said in the previous podcast, that book was picked up by Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos has built Amazon around an obsession over customer focus. Why? Because he's learning from the eminent dead. And you can do that too, dear listener. You don't need to listen to the current influencers. You don't need to worry about them being in your sector or your decade or your country. They're not dinosaurs. They are the eminent dead.